So let's talk a little bit about what happens after the film. And the first question that I had after it was over was, has there been any progress between the CIW and Publix? Has there been any comment from them or any discussions?
There's been zero comment from Publix. Publix still has the same stance that this is not their problem. In 2007, the case that we showed in the film of the modern day slavery, that was taken to Publix, and that one of the places where the labor contractor who had those workers worked was on a farm that sold tomatoes to Publix. And Publix said that those atrocities are not our responsibility. That was modern day slavery. And they haven't changed. And the CIW has heard nothing from them. And we've heard nothing from them. We've tried reaching out half a dozen times even after the film was done, and there's no response.
What about after the Walmart signing? Has any of the other three major companies signed on for the Fair Food program, or is just Walmart the one?
So in the industry, people say as Walmart goes, so does the industry. They're the ones who started this whole mantra of low cost, low margins. So it's inevitable now for people in other grocery stores, of other brands to end up signing on. I know that the CIW has begun negotiations or begun preliminary talks with a couple of the big companies. And just to be known, once negotiations have opened up, they've never lost. Once that door has been opened, they've never lost a single negotiation, even if it's taken 3, 4, 5, 6 years, because people ultimately realize that what they're doing is the right thing, at very little cost to the system. So that said, we're hoping that the film will create a groundswell of interest, enough interest so that different brands like Safeway, or here it's Vons, or Kroger, which is Ralph's here, will realize that enough consumers care about this, and that's all it takes. A couple thousand people, taking a letter into their local store, that's all it takes for a retailer to realize that this is the right thing to do and now's the right time.
You mentioned how people just want to know what they can do now, and I wanted to ask you that directly. As a California citizen, what can I do right now to help protect the American farm worker and their rights? What should I be doing when I go to the grocery store? What should I be doing when I'm at home? What are those answers? I know they're probably big in a lot of them, but give us a few.
No, they're not. Some are small. Some are very small. I'll let you answer this, but one way you can help farm workers, I always say, is buy organic or buy from your farmer's market. I buy organic because that means the farm workers weren't sprayed by pesticides. I don't buy organic because it's better for me. I don't buy organic because it's a better apple. I think of the human cost, where these farm workers are getting cancer 3 times the national average. I mean, it's just, there's a direct correlation to it. So something as small as that, something as small as telling your grocer, do you have slave-free tomatoes? Where do you get this produce? Do you have a section? There's never been a greater interest in food. I'm soy-free, I'm gluten-free, I'm lactose-free, I'm, everybody's I'm vegan and this, and they think they're being so socially responsible without thinking about the human ramifications of the people who pick our food. And so we have an organic section in the supermarket, but we don't have a slave-free section in the supermarket. And how do we start that? How do we create that label?
That would look great.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can buy these tomatoes. They're slave free, and we say slave not loosely. I'm on the board of MALDEF, which is Mexican American Legal Defense Educational Fund, and they've just this year have 3 slavery lawsuits. People chained in the fields. People not allowed to leave the field. Fences put up. Rape. Sexual harassment. Not getting paid. It's absolutely the correct term to use today. So that's exactly what we mean. But there's other ways to help.
We have a website, as everybody does, fairfoodnow.com or foodchainsfilm.com, and it's being used by the CIW, a number of their allies, as the main focal point for organizing. So we have a map, and you can punch in your zip code and find out what retailers around you support the Fair Food program and which ones don't. And the ones that don't, you can print out letters right from your computer to the management. And we found that online petitions, they're easy, but it's the offline stuff that makes a difference. Print out a letter. Go to Vons, go to Ralph's, go to Wendy's, fast food chain Wendy's. Give it to the manager, who will most likely not know anything about the Fair Food program. You can also print out a one-sheeter and read to them what the Fair Food program is about. And we've seen that this is what causes change. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot of people. These corporations already know the problems. They already know the solution. But what they don't know is that people actually care. And there are simple ways to do that. And that there's those 2 or 3 things that we've got on our website that I would encourage people to just go check out and see if that's within kind of like your range of possibility.